guys, today I'm doing a Leah Remini inspired makeup tutorial. This wasn't requested, but she's one of my favourite actresses, and I just think she has one of the people that always has kind of a very, very put together look anytime you see her. And what she does really well is the smoky eye and the contouring and highlighting, which I've been touching on in my last couple of videos. So I thought it was a really good one to do. I have been requested to do a Halloween makeup tutorial in terms of Halloween party makeup, which I will be doing in the next video, so keep your eye out for that. But this was just my take on Leah Remini's everyday makeup that she does. So she's really, really good at contouring and highlighting and getting that smoky eye down as well. So this is what I've come up with. Now, her lashes looked a little bit smaller in the photo, but because I have extremely small lashes anyway, as you can see on this side, I decided just to use the 1/1/8 from Eyelure. So they're not terribly visible, but they are kind of, you can see that I'm wearing false lashes. So this is the look that I came up with, just from the photo that I saw. So I have highlighted and contoured this side of the face, so you can kind of see the difference from here. So let's start. The colours that I used were from the W7 10 out of 10 palette, and this is what it looks like. And so I'm going to go in with my base just in the lid of the eye with this colour here. So we're going to start that now. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous look for the office, or, you know, if you're just somebody who does like to express themselves through makeup and, you know, really give yourself that beautiful kind of smoky eye effect. She just always has had that, even when she was in the King of Queens or she was on her talk show. She always had that same look, and she's carried it through the whole way through, and it really suits her as well. So I really wanted to do that for that reason. So let's start with this eye. So I'm just going to get the colour I showed you, which was this one here from the W7 10 out of 10 palette, and we're just going to do work as a base. So I have already put on, just to let you know, I've already put on my primer, which is the W7 10 out of 10, and then I put on my CMA foundation, and I've lightly highlighted and contoured, but not so much on this side because I'm going to do that with you guys as well. So let's get back and do that colour. So we're just going to take some of that on our flat piece of brush. So we're just going to take it on one side. And we're going to start with the other eye. And we're going to use this as a base, the beginning of our browns. So we will be putting another brown over this, but this is just the base brown that you can see there. Just going to move as a mirror just slightly here, like that. Okay, so when that's done, what we're going to do is just use the same brush but the tip, so the front of it there's the tip, and we're going to put the tip in the deeper brown on this side here, and we're going to do that above the crease. So we're going to start that moving motion backwards and forwards above the crease, just to get that definition of the two colours, using this colour here. Now these ones aren't like the in the buff, they're not named at all, but they are very good quality as well. So we're going to dip our tip of our brush into there, and we're going to look in the mirror and just using the flat piece of brush, so the tip of it, sorry, we're going to do a moving motion to get our line across. Don't go heavy on the outside, heavier on the inside and lighter as you get into the corner, so don't go too far in. So what we're going to do is just take that out again. We're not going to buff that in just yet. We're going to go back to our lid, and we're going to be using this colour here. Just above our lid, and then we'll buff out. it just gives it that darker definition. And now we will go in with our buffing brush and blend it. Sorry, not buffing, blend it out now. So getting our blending brush, making sure it's clean, we are going to blend what we've just done. And then what we're going to do is I'll go over and show you what I've done with this brow here. I've used my brow powder, which is from, again, not intentional, but it is from W7. And this is their brow bar, and you get 4 colours, and they're all coded and numbered within the colours there. And I'm going to be using number 3. I would have done this before, but I really wanted to get the 2 colours down and the bases down as well. Now what I wanted to do was, I'm going to go in with the first colour, and I'm just going to put that under my brow. This is number 1, and it really does act like a very good base as well for your eyebrows, because you need to have a base to know where to put the colour on your brows as well, and making sure you're not going too far off the mark. So we're just not going to be touching what we've just blended, so don't worry, we're just going with the tip of the brush under our eyebrows. And what you can also do with the tip of the brush is then go above. So you're kind of marking out where you will go with that number 3, which is this colour right here. Now we're using a smaller brush for that. Which is, we're going to use this brush for it, because it comes with a brush, but I do like to use my own brush. So what you can do first, or we can use this one here, which is their brush, which is quite good as well. So we're just going to get some of that using the smaller part of the brush, the smallest angle. We're going to work our way across very lightly. So start out light, and if you need to go heavier you can, but starting out light, you can see already the colour it's turned, and I find powder much more easy to blend and easier to kind of work with throughout the day than the gels. I do have some gel brow gel even, but I prefer, as I said, the powders. So I have gotten kind of the colour depth that I've wanted with this colour, so we're now going to just go back and do our eyes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly line my eye, because that acts as a base for the lash, and I'm lining it with W7's Onyx, which is a very black, very, very, almost like carbon from MAC, that depth. So we're going to go into the W7 palette for this, and you can just see my little dog in the background there. Sorry about that, but she does tend to follow me everywhere, and she's very sweet, so I don't really mind. So as you can see here, we've got our Onyx. So we're going to get this small brush, thin brush, like this, and we're going to just line our eyes, and it does define the colour again, and it gives it more of a dimension, but it also acts as a base for your lash to go on as well. So we're going to get that on now. We're just going to line our lashes. And the great thing is with this brush is it's so thin and precise. It's impossible kind of to make a mistake with this brush. And again, these brushes are from Fräulein. So again, I haven't gone too deep, because all I'm going to do is make sure that I have a base for my lash. So now that that's down, I'm going to put my falsies on, and I'll be right back for the rest of the tutorial. So now that my lashes are back on, both of the lashes are on now, we're going to move on to this side of the face. So I did highlight and contour with cream and powder, and I used RCMA. So we're going to be using, for the contouring, because I have got the highlighting on already, which has been here, under here and here, so the contouring is what we're going to be focusing on now. And she really does get the contouring right. I think she naturally has amazing bone structure, but you can kind of fake that, you know, with the correct products. So what we're going to use now is Just to place it on, I use my brush, and then to actually buff it in, I use my beauty blender. So I'm just going to have that to hand here, and always make sure your beauty blender is wet, otherwise it's only going to take away the product, it's not actually going to blend it in. So we need to make sure that the beauty blender is wet for that reason. Now mine does need to be a little bit more wet, so we're just going to do that now. And also make sure that you squeeze the beauty blender as well, so that there's no excess moisture. So it should look like this, and it should have expanded as well. Okay, so that's what we're going to use, but first of all, to actually get the contouring colour, which I'm going to be using, and I'll just show you, it does have, they're all marked. This is the RCMA, and this is S1 here. Right here. As you can see, my RCMA palette is definitely used, but it should be. I mean, that's why I bought it, because I know I can have use for all these colours. I can try different contouring ways, I can try different looks, and also I can use it on for my clients as well. Now, it's very important if you're using something like this to have 99% alcohol, so that you can make sure that you're hygienic and spraying your makeup all the time. It has to be done, because you cannot risk cross-contamination. So I'm using my finger for this, and what I'm going to do is first of all just mark it, and then I'll kind of make the line more prominent, and then we'll go in with our buffing brush. So I'm just, or beauty blender, not buffing brush, sorry guys. So I'm feeling for my jawbone underneath, not going any closer to my mouth than here. Tipping the tips of my brush in just to give it that extra depth. And when I fit, and then the remainder is going to go here on top. Again, put it in with your finger first, so place it with the finger and then buff it in like that. And now what we're going to do is, I'm going to really define it first, and then we will get our beauty blender that's nice and damp, and we're now going to start to work that in. You can see it's starting to work. Now what I did to even make this have more depth is I used the Froilin powder palette, and I'll just show you. Now you can go deeper if you want, but that's, I think, considering my eyes and everything else that I'm going to do to my lips, there'll be a strong lip. I think this, in terms of depth and the strength of the contouring, is enough for me, but absolutely if you would like to go a bit deeper, that's absolutely fine. So what I'm going to show you now, I'm just going to get my Froilin palette here. I think I showed you this in one of my videos before, and the colour that we're going to use is this one right here, and that's our contouring colour. So I'm going to get my brush ready for that. And again, as I always say, start off light and work it in a little bit more if you need to. Okay, so we're using our brush for this. We're going to dip it in. Get that on our brush. And then we're just going to get some more on there, and we're going to follow the line we've just done for the jawline. It all should look fluid and like it's almost one motion each side. And then anything that you have in terms of the remainder on the brush, after you finish buffing, here you can go under the jawline as well. And if it's too strong, just buff and buff until you feel you've got the correct look for you. But for the look that I was doing for Leah Remini, she does have that strong contoured look with that beautiful smoky eye, which is suitable for every day. But I just think it's an absolutely gorgeous look that carries through all seasons as well, which is great. So I'm just buffing that out just so it doesn't come off as strong as I did when I first put it on. And it's now starting to look more like this side of the face. So don't worry if you put on your contouring powder and you feel, my goodness, that's really strong. Just keep blending and buffing out until, because you will eventually get what you're looking for. And then underneath as well. Okay, so that's the contouring, highlighting and eyes done. I know I don't look exactly like Leah Remini, but I wanted to try and copy her makeup look because I think it's very adaptable to women all over the world of all different colouring in terms of hair colour, eye colour, and again it does carry through different seasons as well. So I just really wanted to do this look for you guys. Again, don't worry, the Halloween look will be coming up. So now moving on to lips. I know when she was on the King of Queens, anytime I saw her on a chat show, it was very nude. So we could do that. And you also, sometimes when I see her on the red carpet, she does have this look, but she kind of changes her lips to red. So for the look that I'm wearing today, I'm just going to go and follow with a natural nude. And this is the L'Oreal. And this is number 235. And this is Colour Rich Nude. And this is what it looks like. Okay, it's coming off a little bit more brown than it actually is. Because it's my own lipstick, I am going to put it on. But if you were using it as an example, if this was in my makeup kit, I would use a brush because I'd be using it on other people as well. So what we're going to do now is just look in the mirror. Just going to get the mirror. And what we could do first is just put on, and I just want to show you Rimmel's Tiramisu, which is another lip liner. I do like Rimmel products. I have a lot of Rimmel lip liners and eyeliners. So this is Tiramisu from Rimmel, and it's actually quite close to the nude lip colour. So we're going to put that on now, and we're just going to put it on the majority of the lip because that will actually keep our lipstick on longer. And it's really important to moisturise your lips all the time so that when you do put on lipstick or lip liner, it takes easier. And now I'm just going to, now that I've kind of defined the lips and left this bit a little bit open, we are now going to put on our lipstick, which is the nude from L'Oreal Paris. I find personally L'Oreal and Revlon are very good for lip colours. So now we're going to pop this on now. And it really should blend into what we've already done. Here we go. If you can hear that, my dog's having a little drink in the background, so I'm sorry if you can hear like water lapping. She's usually not very far behind me, guys. She does tend to follow me everywhere. She's very cute. But it does mean that you sometimes hear her in the background. Okay, so that, as you can see, it does look, and that's what I meant by looking a lot darker than it actually is. If you look at it here, it is quite dark and it's quite like a deep brown, but on the lips, guys, it actually comes off very, very nude and definitely an everyday. You could definitely wear this every day. It's not so dramatic that people would be thinking that you're wearing like a nighttime lip colour or something like that. So this is L'Oreal Paris, and the number if you're looking for it is 235 from their Colour Rich range. So yeah, there you go. And because we've had that lip liner down beforehand, that will kind of keep our lip colour there for a lot longer. So that is the bronzing, the contouring, the highlighting and the eyes. And now we're just going to go in with some light, very light, because obviously we've got a very strong makeup face today in terms of application. We're going to go in with a very light blush on the peach side as well. So it does blend in with the bronze. Sometimes if you go for a very big kind of deep pink and you have very brown kind of bronzed face, it doesn't really match. So what I'm going to do is, I'll just show you. I'm going to be using this one here. This is again from Froylen. And it will really suit the entire, what you want to do is complement what you've done with your face. So something like this or this colour here would really suit, or even this one up, this one up here. Kind of all different versions of peach in different depths. So I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to get that on my brush now for the last step of our Leah Remini look. And we're just going to smile, which will bring our cheeks forward, and we will then just put a little, okay, and then that's come off quite easily now. So what we're going to do, again, as I said before, we're just going to blend. in an upward motion. And here. So it doesn't actually interfere with anything else we've done with the contouring and highlighting. So that is now the Leah Remini makeup look, my take on the look. The picture that I took this look from, it will be on my blog, Kira Explosion of Beauty. I hope you like it, and if you want to retry it, please let me know how you got on. The products that I used I have spoken about, but I will put in the drop box below, and also on Kira Explosion of Beauty. And thank you for watching.